I want to bless that guy, that son of a
that son of a that poor son that poor son that
son of a bitch.
Gotta say, my new microphone does make me feel a little bit cool. Wasn't really even that expensive. Should have upgraded a long time ago, but better late than never.
Micro boy.
That's what my sexual partners call me. Anyway, welcome to the Pro Crastinators podcast. That's as good a place to start as any. Eleazar, keep it all in. Welcome to the Pro Crastinators podcast.
The program podcast.
It's Ben Saint and his give and take.
Hey, here's my bit for the day. Okay, ready?
Yeah.
Are you ready for my bit?
Yeah.
Row, row, row thee way gently down the drain. Merrily, 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 merrily. Life is pain.
Okay, yeah.
Pretty good.
It's pretty good.
I think I've improved the mood. I did it.
Damn it. I had forgotten about I had woken up this morning and I hadn't thought about that.
Yeah.
And I had forgotten about it until you just reminded me.
It is one of those things where it's like everyone was so upset, understandably, and that was the only thing I could see on Twitter was everybody talking about it. I think everybody wanted to not have that be the timeline anymore, so they decided, okay, I'm just gonna talk about other things now, and then Twitter is completely different the day after. And I was like, wait, I don't want to forget about this. I don't like. I would like to not worry about it, but I don't want this to like fall into the background.
It did not fall into the background for me at all. You know, I had a realization about who I follow on Twitter. I'm pretty sure that like a lot of the people that I follow are people who have podcasts that I don't listen to, but they were like friends with the Chapo guys or something. I feel like a large percentage of people that I follow are people who are on Twitter who have podcasts, like who were on Chapo, who are friends with Chapo, and that's how I know them, even though I don't listen to their podcasts. Because I don't know where a lot of these people come from. I just like their takes. So anyway, all that is to say, no, I never stopped seeing it on Twitter. In fact, you know what I did? Did something unprecedented yesterday. I downloaded an app and I blocked Twitter from myself.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
That is a good thing to do.
Yeah. Not specifically because of Roe v. Wade, although
No.
I mean that doesn't help. I just don't think I use it in a healthy way. I don't use it in a productive way. Even though I feel like I see other people use it the way that I use it and nothing bad happens to them.
Well, I mean, you don't know that.
I guess I don't know that. I guess that's true, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I was looking into the Supreme Court, and it's like, I didn't learn too much. I didn't like do a big research. I was just sort of like, so, I see all these pictures of guillotines, and I'm like, cool, nice. Yeah. We're all on the same page that this isn't good. Change the Supreme Court would be the thing. Yeah. And I'm like, okay, well, how would we do that? And they are on there for life. Apparently, they retire, but there's no like thing to force them to retire.
They can retire, yeah.
So like they would have to decide to do it, and
well, the other thing would be to pack the court, which is to expand the court and make new positions and then appoint new people.
Right, I heard about that. Joe Biden didn't even give a shit to try that. He was just he's just sitting there. I don't know what he does.
They don't want to rock the boat.
Well, we don't want to upset the
we don't want to upset
fascists.
anyone. We don't want to upset anyone. Yeah.
So it's like, I don't know. Why don't we just lock them in a hole in the ground?
I mean,
called a grave.
maybe you've heard. I don't remember who I saw say this, but I mean, this is a sentiment I've seen expressed by a lot of people, but the most succinct way, the punchiest way I've seen it was like people hear that the Supreme Court justice appointment is for life, and most people hear that and think that it's a long appointment, but I hear that and I think, but it could be a short appointment. I thought that's pretty good.
Yeah. What was the old lady who died recently?
Ruth Bader Ginsburg.
Yeah, how old was she? I remember hearing
I don't
things
remember
like
exactly,
she was like
almost 90, I think.
Like people were saying she was so old she had to retire, but she stayed on for some reason or another.
Yeah, she had cancer a few times. Like she was very old, and she had a history of like cancer. I don't know exactly what killed her, but was it COVID? Because I know she went and she was at that wedding. Like one of the last things she ever did was she like officiated some people's wedding, and then she died.
Just like Andrew Hussey.
Did that happen? He died?
No, no, not that part.
Yeah, he didn't attend a wedding, but he did die.
I need to know more about the Supreme Court. I haven't really wanted to like the vague things I've seen are like, wow, this sucks. Either you stack the court in order to make it more so that you can push your agenda, whoever's in power.
Yeah.
And it's like, well, surely that means the other side could do it again, which is obviously what Trump was able to do by stacking the court with
that's not
primarily
that's not
Republican Christian idiot people.
He didn't expand the court. It simply worked out that he had to make 3 appointments. Well, okay, there's actually a little more to it, because it's not like Trump had to make those appointments fairly, because Obama had appointments that he could have made, and the Republicans in the Senate, they didn't refuse his picks. They simply refused to convene to decide whether to appoint his appointments.
See, like, this is
so it's not like it was fair. Yeah.
It's just
Obama should have made one of those appointments.
From the ground up, the idea that, like, this, hypothetically, right, the Supreme Court is a bunch of people who are very, very smart, and they make the unbiased opinions when, like, partisan people in the Congress make a bad idea, and the Supreme Court, who are so, like, above all that, who are not partisan at all, will sort it out and make it good. But they don't, because they're humans, and that's a stupid idea, and I don't know why the system even exists to this day. It seems very archaic, and, like, obviously will be, like, a real problem for democracy forever.
It's a, I don't know, it's some sort of fantasy to believe that, like, these people, they will simply look to, constitutional precedent. Like, they'll simply look at the Constitution itself, and in interpreting what it meant to, what one document or, like, precedent document has said before, they will thereby arrive at, like, the most, the most constitutional
Constitution
thing to
sucks.
be done. The Constitution,
it's stupid. It's outdated. It's just paper.
Sure.
Make a new country.
Sure, but even if we accepted that the Constitution is good, it's not like there's any, like, objective truth to be arrived at about, like, what it meant. Maybe sometimes there is, but it's not like you can actually go and just, like, read into it exactly what was meant in every situation, and, like, all you need are the most 7 of the most unbiased, or 13 of the most unbiased people in the world, and you will get the most constitutional government. Right? That's, like, it doesn't make any sense.
It's vague, and it doesn't know the future, so certain future things have to be interpreted based on text from the past. So it's
Yeah.
like it's impossible to know the rules going forward for everything.
Mhm.
And it's just a bad idea, which is why it's still there. Because it can
It's,
be easily manipulated to do whatever you want.
Yeah.
And that's great. They love that.
Fucking did you read Clarence Thomas saying like, yeah, well, we got this. We got rid of abortion. We should we should literally look at we should look at interracial marriage. We should look at interracial marriage next, and gay marriage and contraception. Like we should reconsider whether those should be.
Yeah, like
like
there's
that.
no,
Like they
there's,
just said it.
There's no like secret about it. They're just saying like, all right, so civil rights. We've never liked those, and now that we
really
can, now that it's been proven that we can just get rid of them, we should think about getting rid of all of them.
Yeah,
and they're just saying that, and there's
senator.
nothing that anybody can do about it except, I don't know, nothing.
There was that one senator saying like we should look at Brown v. Board of Education. Like we should consider segregating our schools again. They're just doing it, man. They're just going for it.
Like the Democrats are all saying vote. Like what? On what? How? What are we supposed to vote for? You're already the president.
They said this was on the ballot, and then we elected Joe Biden, and I think we expanded. We got more seats in. We got more seats in Congress. Democrats got more seats in Congress, and they didn't. They did not codify Roe. So, you didn't do it, and now they got rid of it. So how is it on the ballot? How is this on the ballot anymore?
Yeah, I don't even know, like, from their perspective, like, all I can assume is that they like abortion being gone. Some of them, maybe Joe. I know Joe has been, like, anti-abortion in the past, but, like, I don't know.
What do they feel? More, but yeah.
What do they feel that like a game plan is going forward with this knowledge? Like all I see is them saying, "Remember to vote for us because we wouldn't do that, even though you let it happen, and you're not doing anything against it." So it's almost like, I don't know. There's an evil villain, and there's like I'm evil and I'm doing evil things, and then a little like frog is there, and he's saying, "I'll stop him," but it's a frog, and the evil villain has like giant boots and a gun, and like he can squash the frog, and the frog's not going to do anything anyway. He's going to rib it in the pond, and that's it. Like, why would I vote for this? Why would I give money to this? You're not going to do anything.
It is true. So that I don't know. Vanilla Opinions on Twitter said, and they're right. Like, okay, like on the one hand, it is true that like had what was it? Like if we had more Democrats in Congress, or if Bernie Sanders had won the nomination in 2016, or if Hillary Clinton had beaten Trump in the general election, then it's true that Roe v. Wade would still be on the books. Like any of those things would have done it.
Sure.
So it's not like voting doesn't do anything. But on the other hand,
what is voting going to do right now?
What is voting going to do right now?
I think more than anything, like very, very like notable protests are the bare minimum. Because if people in power, if the Supreme Court don't feel like this decision has impacted America in a negative way, or at least their own like situation in a negative way, if they don't feel scared about it, nothing will go right. They need to know. Somebody needs to know. Somebody needs to know that this is not good, and the American people don't like it. Yeah. So protest is like the bare minimum.
Well, I'm sure they do know that.
I'm sure they do, but like, you can't rely on the morals of the people in power. But you can rely on their fear of, like, people running into their house and burning it down and killing them.
Yeah. That doesn't seem to be happening, though.
No, that's what I've been waiting for, is knowledge, stuff like that coming on the news, like...
Hasn't happened.
Sad.
Yeah.
Well, what are you gonna do about it?
I don't know. I'm just gonna these extreme. I've seen some people calling it like backwards, like, oh, these justices are so backwards, like, oh, this is such a backwards decision. It's not. I don't agree with that description. It's extremist, is what it is.
Yeah.
So these extremist judges are just gonna keep. They've got a 6-3 majority, so they're gonna do more stuff just like this. And then Congress is going to vote to give them more police protection. As they continue to take rights away, and then people are angry and they want to do something about it in Minecraft, and then Congress is going to give them more more protection to prevent that, and the cycle will just continue. And I don't know what's there to be done about it.
Yeah, there's our lawyers have said we cannot continue the podcasts from this point. We must move topic.
Yeah, that's right. It's true.
There's nothing else to it. You can infer the rest. Moving on. God, it's so fucked.
It's really fucked. It's hard to even talk about.
I'm glad I'm over here.
It's
he's
bleak.
In there.
Yeah.
Over here in the UK, where
everything's good.
Everything's good, and there's no idiot in charge. I mean. The only thing I'm hearing about Boris Johnson lately is that he had that party during COVID that has been demonstrably. He had a party
like a
during
super spreader
lockdown.
event.
No, it was during COVID lockdown. Like you said, everyone stay inside.
A big masked ball inside of a castle while the commoners were outside.
Yeah, essentially, he had a party with alcohol and no masks and no the vaccine didn't exist at the time, and he was just like, haha. People have to do what I say, but I don't. I don't have to follow the rules. And he was like, that has come to light, and it's been proven, and it's aha, we got you. That's all Labour is.
Is that what they were doing the vote of no confidence in Boris over? I saw there was a big referendum on Boris lately.
There's been a vote of, I don't know if it was a vote of no confidence specifically, but a bunch of people in the Conservative Party have left in embarrassment or to save their own careers, to not be associated with Boris. Boris is just sitting there and saying, I'm not going to apologize, I'm just going to stay here, and that's that.
Cool.
There's been by-elections in the areas where members of parliament have left, the Conservatives have left being in charge, and so there was a little election, and there was a Labour win and a Lib Dem win. And so there are less Conservative MPs than there were before, and Boris is just sitting there saying, I'm not going to change. I'm just, this is how I am, and I'm going to the future. And we're going to Ukraine. We got to give money to Ukraine.
Good for him sticking to his guns. Good for him sticking to his guns.
Yeah, I mean, I love him, and you know what? I'll kiss him on the mouth, but I hate him, and I want him gone.
When the woke mob comes to cancel you for no reason like that, you just gotta stand your ground. Don't apologize to these people, because it's never enough.
So
it's never enough.
That's all I'm hearing about at the moment with regards to the leading of the UK. It's just, is Boris gonna resign? No. Bob, but please resign though. No, I won't. Come on,
though. Be reasonable, please.
It's just so whatever. He doesn't care, and he doesn't need to leave.
You could do so much better.
So he's not going to.
I think we should get together now, and that's what everyone's talking about.
Yeah.
Hey, you! I don't like the Prime Minister. Okay, sorry. No more.
Yeah. So Boris is shit, and he's Trump adjacent, and he's a money grubbing, power hungry idiot.
Did he win
doesn't
re-election?
know anything? Huh?
Is this his second term?
We don't have terms in the same way,
right?
So they're not it's not a set amount of years. But I guess it's his first being in office. I think he did. There was some sort of a referendum at some point, and he got more members of parliament. Conservative won more because Theresa May was embarrassing, but because of the smear campaign against Jeremy Corbyn, Boris Johnson gained more power, and it was dreadful. It was awful. So like the UK sucks politically, but at least we're not getting rid of.
At least abortion's legal there, right? Yeah.
Yeah, we're not getting rid
That's
of like
dire.
like
it's so
like,
fucking dire.
Civil liberties have been enshrined, and like everyone in most of the world agrees are a good thing, unless they're like a fundamentalist, extremist, religious zealot idiot.
Yeah. Well. Yeah, what did I just keep thinking about ContraPoints' tweet about that woman that screamed when Trump got elected.
She was right.
She was exactly right. She was 100% right, and we all look stupid for making fun of her. She had a completely proportionate reaction to what would come of that. She knew much better than we did. It's incredible. Yeah.
Well,
anyway.
I'm gonna go move to Saudi Arabia. See, they got a better healthcare over there.
A civilized country.
I just have to pretend I'm not trans.
Saudi
I'll
Arabia.
be safe.
Wait, that's the really bad one, right?
That's the extremely bad one. Yes.
That's that's the one that Trump's like friends with. It's weird. This is gonna sound stupid. It's weird to me that Trump seems like he's he's taking credit for this win, and I remember, he on the campaign trail he was saying he said he would do exactly this. I'll put conservative judges on the bench, and they'll rescind Roe v. Wade, and that's what he did. And it's kind of weird to me that he cares about that, because he's not a religious guy. He doesn't seem like a guy who would really give a shit. I don't know. Is it just that's what his base wants, so that's what he's going to promise?
I would imagine it's what his base wants.
Yeah.
More so than because he's a power.
Because he's pro-vaccine.
Power.
He's in favor of the vaccines, and he's he views the vaccines as being a big thing that he got done under his presidency, and he's proud of it. And a lot of his base that makes them really mad. Yeah.
Trump is not extreme enough for them.
Yeah.
As it turns out, he's not actually the QAnon king.
Yeah.
He's more of a human being than they want, and they are looking for more freak. What's her face? Marjorie Taylor Greene.
Yeah.
She's the sort of person QAnon and that type of conservative wants in a Republican, wants in the old power.
Yeah. Yeah. Well. Trump has his regrettable human foibles, thinking vaccines work and so forth. Forgivable eccentricities.
I mean, he did deny them for a time, because
Well, yeah, he
and
said,
and then I don't know when. I do remember he said, "But you really should get the vaccines," and then his whole crowd booed him.
Well, he didn't say vaccines bad. He did bungle the COVID response, but he didn't say
I can't remember exactly what he did.
Don't get
I'm
vaccinated.
sure it was a Trumpism. I'm sure it was really stupid.
He basically just said you know what? Don't worry about the virus. We're gonna try to we're just gonna ignore it and hopefully and not let it hurt the economy. And that's our strategy.
Yeah, that was probably it. Get back to work. There's no reason to wear masks.
They didn't do anything about it. When it was becoming clear that it was gonna be a serious deal, he really downplayed it and was we're gonna. Oh, what do they call it? There was this particular. Was it the no fear strategy or the no panic strategy or something like that? Which is basically just pretend it's not a problem, for as long as possible.
Mm.
And it was great. Shit, man. Shit. It's pretty. I don't know. It's all pretty disheartening this week.
Yeah,
it was a rough week.
It's been a rough week, and it was for me. I was dealing with a bit of depression.
You too?
Before
me
the
too.
News.
Great. It's not just me. All right, cool.
No, yeah, I've been yeah. I got a therapist, or a on BetterHelp. I don't know if that's good. I was just sort of like, I don't fucking give a shit to like research anything. I'm just gonna type in therapist on Google and get something because I just need something. And I got this lady, and I'm talking to her a few sessions now, and I was talking about being depressed, and she said to fight depression, I don't know how smart this is or not, but to fight depression, you need to get out of your own head. Sitting there stewing in your own brain is the worst thing you can do. It can lead to suicide. When you're depressed, you need to distract yourself. Yeah. You need to get into someone else's head. So, like, talk to someone. Failing that, distracting yourself with video games and TV is adequate. And I'm like, oh, well, when I'm depressed, I feel more depressed and guilty when I go binge like a show or just play games over and over again and feel like, oh god, this sucks. But I do realize that in the moment when I'm watching something really good, like I've been rewatching Breaking Bad. Yeah. And I'm like, I do not feel depressed during those times. And so if that's adequate to like distract myself, I've always felt like distracting yourself from your problems is a negative thing and you shouldn't do that.
Damn, if that's adequate, then call me the king of adequacy.
Yeah. Because it's just, I don't know. You get these impressions of how you're supposed to do things based on life experience, and then a therapist tells you, nah, it's okay if you want to binge watch stuff. Yeah. Just try not to like focus on your negative thoughts because you're gonna go in a spiral. And I do. So, everybody distract yourself. Do anything. Do anything but think about the current state of the world. Yeah. I've been playing Mega Man. Sometimes I do it on stream. I've streamed again on my Twitch for like the first time in forever. I saw. Yeah, which is kind of neat. Makes me feel a little bit bad because, well, yeah, playing video games doesn't accomplish anything, and it makes me feel a little bit bad. I feel a little guilty. Then I'm like, what am I accomplishing here? I feel when I stream on Twitch, it's like it's good, but also I feel bad because I let that languish for 2 years. I didn't stream for 2 years, and I feel like I lost all the momentum that I had with streaming that I once had, and that really bums me out. Yeah. I mean, I guess that's it. the guilt of things. I mean, this is not something the therapist told me, but it's like something I picked up is like when you're worried about doing a lot of work, being productive, and then you're depressed and you don't feel like you can do the work, and you say, or you're told, you need a break, you need to give yourself a break. And then during that break, quote unquote, you keep thinking about how all the time that you could be spending doing the work, you're physically not working, but you are not on a break while you're thinking about it. You're still mentally taxing yourself with the stuff that you should be doing. An actual break is like to not think about it, to completely indulge in anything else, to get your mind off it for real, and not for a little bit, for an actual break length. Which is why I've noticed when I take a break in a stupid way, and I'm like playing a game or doing a thing, and I'm like, okay, this is just one day of this, and then I can back to work as soon as possible, because oh shit, all this time, I sure hope this break doesn't take too long. Like that sort of mindset is like stressing yourself out, and you haven't actually started the break. Your break time is 0, and then you get back to work, and it's like, oh, what the fuck? I thought I had a break. Why am I breaking down immediately again? And it's just. It's all so fucking difficult. You just gotta actually fuck off. On the upside, I am nearly done with those fucking book footnotes that I've been kind of.
working on here and there and like putting off and putting. I've been putting them off a lot. I don't know why I've been putting them off so much. I should have gotten them done a long time ago. I was like halfway done with them like 3 weeks ago, and now I'm genuinely going to try and finish them like today after this podcast because I only have a little bit more to go. They're like 20. It's like 21 pages. It'll probably be like 22 by the time it's done, which is, I mean, that's kind of a lot, but it's not that much. The average is out to I wrote like less than a page a day, which is not.
No, there you are doing like the.
It's not spectacular.
You're thinking about all the productivity stuff.
Yeah.
It makes it harder to like get back into the swing of things if you're always like shitting on yourself for things that have already happened.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I guess so. It just feels like it just feels like I haven't learned anything. I don't know. Feels like I should have figured out how to get my shit taken care of sooner than this.
I mean, when you're depressed, it's just not easy to do anything.
Yeah.
It's not like you can logic your way out of depression, because it's not a logical state of mind. It's like what is the worst thing that I could possibly be thinking about myself right now? Oh, that. Please think that over and over again. It's not logical. It's silly. It's chemical imbalance. It's dumb. Are you dumb, Ben Saint?
You know, that's a great. Let's explore that question for a while. I don't know. I feel like I'm pretty stupid lately. Yeah, I feel pretty dumb. I think I have, that secret project. I think I've definitely fallen into a spiral of like infinitely preparing for it. Like I was ready to do it a couple weeks ago, and then it got delayed, and I'm like, okay, well, this means that I can be even more prepared for it. This means that I think I have fallen into a cycle of
playing Mega Man and not even doing that.
Yeah. A little bit, partially, yeah. So, this is not really related to that exactly. I mean, that's one thing that I'm like, I should have done that by now. There's many things that I feel like I should have just done some things. Why didn't I just do them? I feel
because you weren't mentally all there. What's the term that isn't rude? You weren't mentally, like, I don't know, geared up to do that work, which is why you didn't do it.
I guess so.
I mean, that's just how depression be.
I don't know. I just I think,
like, hypothetically, if we didn't have these problems, obviously we'd do more work, because we wouldn't be stopping to second guess every decision we make all the time. But that's not reality. Sometimes it is just, it's a blockage. I think I don't know. I think I don't know enough to like give advice on that. But I feel like the mindset of, oh, I should have done, and why haven't I done, is like it doesn't like constructively get you closer to being able to do what you think you can or have done in the past. I drew like the whole of Lord of Ghosts. And almost the whole, like Act 1 and 2 of Lord of Ghosts and Clarissa in 1 year, within in a few months stretch each. And I'm like, surely if I can do it that quickly, I should have finished all of those 2 years later and have like a whole other thing going. But I'm still like not doing that. I'm still like fucking around. But if I think about that too much, it just becomes more difficult to actually get back to that level of productivity that I was. So it's not helpful, I guess, to think that way.
I feel like I don't know. It's not what worries me is like it's not just that I'm not productive. Like I've gone through like productive and unproductive spells, and like, you know, whatever. The fact that I didn't get the footnotes written until now, and it's like too long, like that's not great, but whatever. It's gonna get done. Really, it bugs me out that like I feel like I don't have anything I feel like I don't like want anything. Like I don't feel a strong drive to like, oh, when that's done, like I can finally get to work on something else. I don't know. I don't even know like what I want to do after that's done anymore. I had other things that I wanted to work on, and now I'm just like, I don't know. I was gonna get back to like old projects, but like none of them ever took off, and are they even worth doing anymore? And if not them, then like what else even is there to do? I don't know. I'm kind of feeling like I've wasted my life lately. kind of feel like maybe I should have done something else.
I mean, what do you want to do?
I don't know. Nothing. No, I can't. I don't know. I hate everything. Everything. I have no passion for anything. I hate drawing. I hate art. I kind of feel like I wish that I like had like written more. Like maybe I like actually like wrote stuff, like wrote essays. I feel like maybe I used to be kind of okay at that, but I haven't done it in so long. And like I feel like I kind of deliberately avoided doing that. Like I deliberately avoided like doing any sort of activity that would like carefully structure my thoughts on things. And now my mind is completely disordered. And like all I have are like vague feelings, like things that make me angry. but no like clear thoughts about anything. And no desires or passions.
Do you feel compelled to like finish projects for no other reason than just a vague compulsion because you do that and that's what people expect of you?
Sort of, a little bit. I mean, I feel like all the things that I started in the past, I mean, there were reasons I wanted to finish them. It's not like it's completely irrational, but I mean, I do feel like I want to do that. I do feel a sense of obligation to go back and finish old things. A lot of them have built up, and some of them I probably might never get to. But some of them I feel like if I were more effective, I would finish them.
Okay,
some things I don't know even what I would do with. I feel like I don't even know what like the champion would be if I went back to it and started working on it again. I don't know what I would do with it anymore.
Like you have obligation based on past precedent, but you don't have motivation to do any of it.
Something like that.
You feel like if you were a better worker, if you were someone else, then it would be good that they get done.
Yeah.
All right, hypothetical question. You're Ben Saint, and you don't do any of those things.
Okay.
How do you feel? Like you decide not to do them ever, and that actually is the case. You don't ever go back to any of these things.
Okay.
And you just live your life, and that's the end. Like, how do you feel about that?
Like I decide, okay, I'll never do any more of the champion. I'll never finish Beastcapades. I'll never finish my Winnie the Pooh retrospective. I'll never make another Nuzlocke. And I never finish. I never kickstart the Slime and Punishment book. All that. Well, I guess
all the things you don't have motivation to do, which is everything.
Well, I guess I would feel like I wasted years and years of my life.
Well, would it be wasted if, like, you didn't finish them? Like, what about the things you did do?
Yeah. Yeah, sure. Well, I guess I would just feel like there was lost potential there. I think that I had started things and not finished them when they would be better if they had been completed or seen through to a more logical conclusion.
Would you feel good if they were better?
Like if they were done?
Yeah.
Yeah. If that list of things that I just rattled off, if it was shorter, yeah, I think I would feel better. Because if maybe there were just one or two things on the list, I would feel like, oh, I can just get to that. I can just do it.
So if all of those things either abandoned or finished, what would Ben Saint be doing?
Oh, that's a great question. I don't know. I feel like, well, I guess I could maybe start a new comic project, but I don't know what it would be. I have no ideas. I could maybe I could try, doing more like writing essays, but I don't know what I would write them about. I don't care enough about anything to write about it or think about anything.
So like you're thinking of like stuff you've already done, doing more of that.
I could just quit doing the internet stuff and like go like get a job, but like I don't know what I would want to do. I've thought about that, and even that I'm like, yeah, but what would be the point? What about that would even give me
Well, you get
joy?
Money. What would you do with money?
I don't know. I don't know what I would do with money. I already can afford to live, and what else do I need?
I don't know.
That's it. Yeah. I'm just shrugging. I don't know.
Well, surely there's things you do like. Like the gummy creation you seem passionate about.
I like that. I like that, but I feel bad. I feel it makes me feel bad that it's not more like of a fruitful endeavor. Like I don't really get anything out of it. I guess I was
you mean,
happy
like, money?
to. Yeah. It's not like accomplishing anything. It's just like a thing that I sort of do as a hobby. I guess it's my hobby, you could say. But like, I figured out a recipe that I'm happy with. I made some gifts out of it, gave them to some people. That was good. That was gratifying. But like, well, I did it. What I feel like I would be more satisfied with that if I had an idea like, oh, well, okay, well, I finished the recipe. Now to the next step of my plan. But there isn't one.
Do you feel like there's no point doing anything if you don't have a larger plan to work towards?
Yeah.
Have you ever heard of Jesus Christ?
No. Maybe you could tell me about
Maybe
him?
you could follow his plan.
You ever heard of this guy QAnon?
No.
He's posting again.
Oh, I love posting.
Mm-hmm.
You had me at posting.
You had me at posting. So, yeah, I just feel very unmotivated and very adrift. And I don't know what I even want to do with my life anymore.
I have thought about this a lot, this sort of thing. A friend of mine talked to me about like how I'm beating myself up over like things like what's the point if I can't make it a career, or if I can't increase in skill enough to do well for it to be worthwhile for me or other people. It's usually down to money. It's also down to like I don't know, satisfying myself. And
Yeah.
they were like, why, like, do you accept yourself existing? Aside from accomplishments, past and present, future, do you accept that you are allowed to exist? And I realized talking about it that I feel like I don't. I don't think of myself as worthy unless I have like accomplishments under my belt, or that I can work towards getting, I don't know, money, notoriety, skill, self-satisfaction, fame through art that I make. I don't feel like I could live with myself if I didn't do any of those things. And they said that was an unhealthy mindset. That you should be able to, hypothetically, accept yourself, and that's it. There's no prerequisite, there's no bar you need to reach. You don't need to do anything, and you should be able to be okay with that. And that's tough. I still don't know really how to do that, but it's helped to think about it a couple times, where it's like, if I stop doing everything that I'm doing, would I be okay with it? How do I accept who I am? Because when there's like no motivation to do anything, there's no reason to do. You feel like there's like, what's the point of everything you could possibly do? The only thing left is like nothing. And then, are you okay with that? Are you okay with nothing?
Yeah. Not really. No. I feel like I could be doing something that means something or matters or contributes to the world in some way, and I don't feel like I'm doing enough, and I feel like it's a waste. Like I said, I feel like I've wasted my life, if you know what I mean.
Yeah. I think it's something to mull over, at least.
I will. Oh, don't worry.
Because being, I don't know, like requiring yourself to reach certain standards of worthiness for you to feel okay causes you to never do anything because you're so upset with yourself. And it's not so much that you should accept yourself as a hypothetical do-nothing person for the purposes of being productive later, but that does tend to happen when somebody's like, it's like the whole like, oh, nothing matters, like, but they got sunglasses on, they're like, haha, yeah, nothing matters.
Right.
When you reach that point, it's like a funny thing looking at it, but to actually reach that point, you need to genuinely like feel like, if nothing happens and you don't do anything, then that's cool too. And then it's easier to just do something for no reason.
I think the past couple years, I think a lot of what gave me a sense of motivation to do anything was like, I don't know, a couple of my videos or whatever that got pretty popular. People knew me. People like knew about that stuff, and I had like some recognition for those things, and people wanted to talk to me about those things. And like, it's not that I was like super invested in the things that like, I don't know, Chris Chan or Unicorn Jelly or whatever, or Tails Gets Trolled. It's not that I like love those things passionately and want to talk about them, but just like the fact that people knew me for something and wanted to talk to me about something. I was passionate about that. That gave me motivation. And in the absence of that, like, the things themselves don't mean anything. And I guess I could try to like do that again. Like think of something random that that is not actually important, but like try and do something with it that gets people to be like, oh, hey, Ben, you did that thing about the thing I like. Well, I have an opinion about that. Let's have a dialogue. And I'll be like,
get a little
okay,
envelope.
I like
You
dialogues.
You get a little envelope, you open it up saying, hey, Ben Saint, I saw your video. Now you can live. Now you feel like you're worth something.
Sure, why not? That's like my version of the Hogwarts letter.
Yeah.
Yeah. Only it's better because it's not from JK. Yeah. So
it's yeah. I've felt like that as well.
Yeah.
But it does lead to feeling that if it's unlikely that people will care, to not do anything, which I guess is a lot of what you're feeling with like, oh, I haven't streamed in a while and my momentum is down, so there's going to be less people who are going to be affected by my streaming if I start it up again. It's like, well, if people aren't going to say, Ben Saint, I love your streams, so what's the point of starting it up again? I've lost everything.
Exactly. That's a great point you just made. And I couldn't agree more with it. Well said.
No. It's a bad thing to think that. Well, I mean, bad and good is whatever. I just think
there's actually no difference between good and bad things, you idiot.
Yeah. I've felt like it's been something I have to try and get away from, hoping like to get validation from exclusively outside it sucks when it doesn't work, when you're not getting constant love and attention, and as soon as you're left on your own and your momentum is gone, you feel like there's no reason for anything because you don't know how to like feel accepting of yourself as a person who isn't making big fat stacks and loads of views and clicks.
As Zero would say, oh, what is the line?
Zero subs.
Oh no, it's like, it's like this can't be happening. There's no reason to go on. What am I fighting for?
Yeah.
You know.
What are you fighting for, Zero? Ben?
And nothing. Just to live and feel cool about myself. Those are the only two things I want. I just want to stay alive and I want to feel like I'm cool. And I'm only managing the first one. And it's not enough.
You gotta feel cool by being alive. You gotta find the self-acceptance. Ben Saint, the 0 subscriber boy. What do you think?
Oh, pathetic.
No.
Despicable.
He's valid.
What's even
heckin' valid?
What's the point?
Ben.
What's the point? Yeah, sure, he's alive.
You're heckin' valid.
But what has he ever contributed? What has he ever done for anyone?
He doesn't need to.
Does he not?
No.
I don't care about anyone I've never heard of. So if no one's ever heard of me, then nobody cares. And what's the point?
Well, do you care? That's the whole thing.
If I live or die,
if you're living in a vacuum and you don't care about you, there's no one else to do it. You just gotta do it. Gotta love yourself, Ben. You dumb motherfucker.
Yeah, I mean, I guess you're right. Yeah, but yeah.
It's difficult to do it, but like knowing that that's something to work on is important.
I guess I just, you know what? I guess I just wish. I think even if, you know, it's not so much a clout thing. It's not like, I don't have enough clout. It's not even that. I wish that I had something. I wish I knew what I felt passionate about. Something that I wake up, something that makes me wake up and I'm like, I can't wait to do that thing that I do today. Like I got something I'm working on and I'm like, I got to get back to it. I haven't felt that way about anything in a while. And when you have something like that, it doesn't matter if you're if your video got a lot of views or whatever. It's just like there's a reason to go on. What am I fighting for?
I think I don't know if this is like a common thought. Probably is, but I feel like a way to do that, a way to find purpose in something, is to think selflessly about someone else. To like, I don't know, to help someone else with their problem and forget about your own for a bit. And it's easier to like find passion to get that done than it is to love yourself. And it's sort of, I don't know, it helps kickstart things. If it's difficult to like create gratitude from nothing, if you're just sitting there doing nothing, and I'm like, well, I'm not making anyone's life better, and I don't like myself just sitting here, so it's, what am I supposed to do? You can just, like, service someone else, be there for someone else.
Oh, okay.
Oh, I mean, you could suck a dick or two. I mean, I don't care.
Sure.
You do what you like.
If that's what gets you out of bed in the morning.
Yeah, like, I mean, did TBAP? TBAP was like a joint venture, and so you had the sense of doing it because you were doing it, but also Nate was doing it, and so you were helping Nate, and he was helping you to make the show. So it was easier to stay motivated and get motivated because you were helping someone while you were doing it.
That's true. That is true.
I mean, even for the PCP, like, it's easier to come on the show when there's someone else to talk to, because I'm not just doing a podcast for myself. I'm there to be part of the show.
Man, I don't know what I would do if like it was just me. I don't know if I would have the fortitude to carry on with it.
Sorry, I wasn't there last time.
No, it's okay.
It was a Father's Day thing, but I also forgot.
It's I mean, yeah, it's fine. I'm not saying like. Am I saying every Bencast is a tragedy that like devastates my self-esteem? Well, I'm not gonna say it out loud, but no, I don't care. No, I don't. It's fine. But my point was just like, I mean, I don't know if I could be like, well, I'm the only procrastinator left, and I'm just gonna keep showing up every week and rambling into a microphone. I don't know if I could do that.
Yeah. It's
but like you said,
collaborative.
Like you said with TBAP, it was like it wasn't just to get the project done. It was we both are working on this thing, and I must do it not just for myself, but for my partner as well. In this business venture, and that was helpful. It was, and. Okay, what you're saying about, like, think about how you can help someone else. Like, I agree. I feel like I don't know what value I have to offer someone, because all I can do, this is why I feel like I've wasted my life, because what can I do? I can draw, kind of, and that's it. I used to be good
person.
I don't think I am funny. I don't feel like I'm funny. I feel like sometimes I'm funny by accident, but I'm not. I'm not like a comedian. I'm not like I don't like make jokes.
Well, I don't mean like it. I mean like just talking to someone. Like you're fun to talk to.
I do feel. Well, I don't know. Sometimes I feel like I'm pretty good at talking to people, and like I can be. I don't know, charming. I'm sorry. I don't mean to toot my own horn. I feel like I can be charming. Yeah. I don't feel like it's a huge boast to say. I feel like I can be charming, and that's fine. That's good. I guess that's a quality. I don't know what to do with that. I don't feel like that's value that I could give somebody. A value would be if I could if I could, like, if I don't know, if I could write something that was really like insightful and people could get something out of it and be like, this Ben has had an idea here that has taught me something or clarified my own thinking. Or, I mean, it doesn't have to be writing. If I could do that through art somehow, I guess that would be fine too. I don't know how to do that. That's why I say I have no ideas. 'Cause I don't know what would be like a valuable activity I could be participating in that other people would get something out of. I guess the most straightforward thing to do would be if I like got a job, and then I would be giving value to my employer in the form of wage labor in exchange for a wage. But I don't want to do that because I hate capitalism. And I would see that as an evil. I would, unless there were some side benefit to it, unless I were achieving some other thing by that, I would see that as like a net evil that I was inflicting on the world by moving capital into the hands of a bourgeois fucker. You know what I mean?
I do know what you mean.
Yeah.
There's I've seen these videos on YouTube of like people power washing random people's driveways for free and then making videos about it and getting paid via the videos. So they have their power washing equipment and they drive by, they see somebody's like got a really broken, dirty, like overgrown sort of driveway, front porch area, and they just go and knock on the door and say, hey, I'll do this for free, and they do it for free. And then they leave, and it's a nice feeling thing. It's also very satisfying, just ASMR, just power washing something, seeing everything become cleaner. And so it's like, it's revenue for them, so they can exist in capitalism. But they're not like taking anything from anybody in the community. It's nice. I always thought like that would be a nice job, kind of. I don't have anything like that.
I gotta say,
but it's a nice feeling.
That sounds completely ridiculous. I don't. That sounds.
I'm not suggesting you get a power washing equipment.
Actually, if I'm being perfectly honest.
Nah, it's great. Look how clean that concrete is.
Okay,
it's not. Right. People aren't gonna slip on it anymore.
That's true, I guess.
It's not just dirty. It's like overgrown with like a walkway is like covered with years of mud falling onto it. And when they clear it, it's just better for people to walk on. I don't know.
All right. Okay. So it's a civic. This is like basically like a civic sort of volunteer.
Yeah, it's volunteer work,
project.
But via YouTube they can fund it.
Yeah,
it's just sort of a nice thing about YouTube. I guess.
Who would watch that?
Me and millions of people, honestly.
Is there like commentary? Is someone like commentating the cleanup job that they did?
I think it's just sort of an inherently satisfying thing watching something be cleaned.
Is it like a time lapse? Like you watch the area become cleaner?
They set up the camera and they do it in fast speed, and they just sort of splash all the water and they get all the grime gone. And then sometimes they commentate over bits. But most of the videos I've seen, people just like watching it slowly be cleared. It's like, yeah. Cleanliness. Oh, I'm parking.
I mean, I can understand the appeal of watching a transition from disorder to order. That's an inherently satisfying thing to witness. But like, I don't know. I was in terms of like, oh shit, what was I talking about? I think I was saying something about like jobs. I don't know.
Yeah, you don't want to be a capitalism wage slave.
I don't.
That's the first thing you can think of to help.
That's the most straightforward way of like, oh, Ben, how could you feel like you were actually accomplishing something? How could you feel like you weren't wasting your life? It's like, well, if I just got a job, then I would be doing something. But also, I think I don't think like a lot of people say like, oh, just get a job, and like then you'll be contributing something, and I don't agree with that because most jobs, well, a lot of jobs are worthless. A lot of jobs exist like solely to just like solve a problem that like the company that is hiring you created for themselves, right?
Sure.
Bullshit jobs, as the late Graeber wrote.
But I mean, that's why I mentioned the thing, because it's like it's not just power washing. It's like there's this guy who clearly very autistic, but loves clearing drains that have flooded, and they've got like schmaltz like blocking the drain, and he's just going around the side of the road, usually in the rain, and he's got like his like scraping tool, and he's like, oh, we gotta clear this drain here, and then he watches like a whirlpool form, and the water goes down, and he just does that in the local community, and the people around like know him, and he makes his videos, and people just love seeing like it's selfless. It's like it's hard labor, but it's serving the local community, and it's just sort of, it's making places safer. It's solving problems where bureaucracy might get in the way, and like a guy would never come around to fix these things if he didn't.
Yeah,
it's just sort of like that's the sort of work that is gratifying, is helping people locally in ways that like capital bureaucracy doesn't help.
Just
like, I don't know, like clearing somebody's driveway of snow if they're too old to do it themselves, like some small thing like that makes you feel good, even if it's not commercially viable.
Yeah, I don't know if that sounds that appealing. Look, I'm gonna.
Well, yeah, I mean, I'm not saying you should do any of these things, but like,
right, sure,
jobs aren't all bullshit. There are things you can find, I'm sure, even if it's just volunteer work that you do like part-time.
Yeah, if I feel like if I had something, if I knew what I wanted to be doing and I were doing it, or I were doing anything that I felt strongly about, then what would naturally happen then is that I would have things happen. Things would happen in my life that I would have feelings about, and that I could talk about, and that I could, I don't know, and maybe then I would feel strongly enough about something to like write an essay about it and make a video about it or something like that.
Yeah.
So, or yeah. But instead I'm like, well, I'm not doing much. I'm kind of just wrapping up old stuff that I did before. I'm not doing anything new, and I'm not like engaged in any like exciting new projects, or I'm not working towards anything really at the moment, and therefore I have nothing to say. And it's like and it is a self-reinforcing problem. And then the fact that I have nothing to say about anything, it's like, well, I won't, I guess I'll just won't say anything. And then there's no, I don't know, there's no push and pull of forces that would compel me to act in any particular way. And I'm just like, well, I guess I just gonna keep existing then.
You're inert.
Yeah, which is like, I guess I should be happy to theoretically accept the existence of a Ben that doesn't do anything, but I'm not. But I don't know, I feel like maybe I'm talking in circles now.
I understand, like, the whole, like, I don't get how I could accept myself if I don't do anything. I think part of the thought process you're supposed to go down is, like, realizing that doing nothing is bad, and so you want to be doing something that's productive or good for who? And that's why it's like help someone. And even if it's like you don't use your skills in the most efficient way, something as simple as just being there for somebody that you know, or like talking with someone, small things that are like selfless and just provide whatever you got to someone else will like kickstart a feeling of I don't know, feeling like you can help, you can do things, and it sort of ideally spirals into feeling better about yourself in general because you have value to other people. And it's like I'm not like explaining it the best, and it's not like you can just like figure it out after one conversation on a podcast, but it's better than being sad all the time.
Okay. I don't know. I don't know what it is that I want to hear.
No, neither do I.
Yeah.
Like I don't know what I want to hear either. I feel like maybe I'm helping. This is a therapy session. I'm the therapist now. I have been the therapist.
I know that they say that, like, I guess they say that, like, when you have a problem, sometimes it's best to, like, if someone else came to you and told you that they have the exact problem that you have, like, what would you tell them? Like, what would your advice to someone else in the exact same position as you're in be? And I guess what I would tell myself is like, oh God, I'd have to get, I don't know, man. I have to give myself some platitudes like, well, you just gotta find what you're passionate about. You just gotta find something that excites you, gets you up in the morning.
Thing. Oh, you just gotta like,
yeah.
Just how?
But what else could I say?
I know,
yeah.
but like that's the sort of thing. That's not what you want to hear from someone else.
No.
So what would you say to yourself? The thing you want to hear?
What I'd like to hear is like hey Ben, you know what? I've looked over your resume, I've looked over your skill set, I've looked over everything you've done in your life, and I have the perfect job for you that perfectly suits all of your skills, all of your abilities, and also includes I kicked my microphone, and also includes full dental insurance. You start on Monday.
So, Ben, that's a capitalist job. How can you live with yourself?
It's like I said, a job would be fine. It's not that I think jobs are bad. It's just that I think bad jobs are bad. I would like a job that was good and that had me doing work that I cared about.
So what's your skill set?
I don't know. I mean, drawing. I feel like I'm okay at like. I feel like I'm like drawing and writing dialogue. I feel like I'm pretty decent at naturalistic dialogue. I feel like I could like storyboard for a show or something. I feel like I could do something like that. Or I could be like a presenter. I don't know. I feel like I'm pretty good at just talking off the cuff. I could present. I could lecture. I feel like I could give like lectures in like a classroom maybe. Although when I worked as a teacher before, like I didn't like it. I liked talking. I didn't like lesson plans. I didn't like answering questions. I didn't like explaining things. I didn't actually like the teaching part of it. I found it really frustrating.
I mean, it seems like a video essayist as like maybe like the YouTube cringe as it is, seems like you would enjoy doing.
Yeah, I wish I could do it, but like I would have.
Why can't you?
Oh, well, I would have to write something, and I don't know. I don't care about anything. I feel like I would have to care about something in order to have something to say about it, and then I could write it, and then I could make a video about it, and that's what I'm missing.
Well,
yeah,
I don't know.
Me either. Sorry.
No, I mean, it's not like I expected us to figure that out. But like,
yeah, I feel like with me, my problems all boil down to just like a lack of motivation to do anything. I feel if only I could solve that. If only that one Lego brick could snap into place, the everything else could be erected around it, if you know what I'm saying.
Well, I mean, I think we're going in circles now.
We are going in circles.
The motivation, if you have nothing you care about, then caring about someone else's problem and trying to help them.
Right, sure, right.
It's like it's a way to start.
Yeah.
If you don't know what you're doing, someone else is doing something.
Yeah. Well, that's great. I don't know. I don't even know what that would look like. I mean, when I think about like
it could be as simple as just
I don't know,
asking people how they're doing.
Ugh. Yeah, sure. I mean, whatever. That's not something to do with your life.
It can become. I think the motivation, like passion for things, usually comes from experiences that you have, not thoughts that you come up with. Like in a vacuum, just you're like no love for anything, sitting in a blank room, and then suddenly you decide to care about something that like it doesn't work like that. Out in the real world, things happen, and eventually you like have strong opinions.
Yeah.
And you're like, okay, I've got to do this. And then suddenly you're motivated to do one thing.
Yeah, I know. I agree. Well, I agree, but I don't know what else to say about it.
Yeah.
Do you want to hear about my fucking house hunting that I've been doing lately?
Tell me.
Yeah, I've been shooting off emails to people on Craigslist, and it's been going okay. I've seen 2 houses so far, and one of them seemed like it was about as shit as my current place, so I wasn't that excited about it. One of them seemed better, but a little bit more expensive and a little bit less convenient, like location-wise, but not that much less convenient, and like maybe okay. I don't know. Part of me wants to just like jump on that and just be like, I don't even want to look at any more places. Like second place I saw, like, and it's adequate. Like I'll take it. I gotta actually.
How does it compare to the things you've seen to your current situation?
Well, it's better than my current situation, I would say. I gotta actually. I think some guy has been impersonating the landlord from that place. Here's a weird thing that happened. So I went to see that place. A guy who lived there showed me around. He was like, "Okay, you should. Okay, if you're interested in the place, contact Ross. Ross is the name of like not the owner, but the property manager, like the guy that manages for the owner." I'm like, okay. So, and then I get another email, or maybe it was a text message. I don't even remember. From someone being like, "Hey, my email is like Ross something at something, messaged me back, and I assumed it was the same Ross. So I messaged him back. He's like, send me an email at my personal email, this other email. I'm like, okay. So I contact him, and he starts asking me, like, Ben, sign up for this website. Like, sign up for this website. Like, pay a subscription fee. Like, sign up for this website and get, like, and show me a screenshot of, like, the information it gives you, and that's what you got to do to sign up for the property. And I asked him, like, are you? And he asked me if I want to see that. I'm like, I already saw the property. Like, what are you talking about? Are you? I think he was a scammer, or something. And I told him, like, I think you're a scammer. And he said, like, the way that I know that he's a scammer is that when I told him you're a scammer, he continued to ask me, like, okay, but if you want the property, like, you gotta sign up for this website. Like, you gotta send me that. And I like that's not something that, like, a real person would get called a scammer and be like, well, I guess our business is concluded then.
You're like a mouse sniffing a mousetrap. You say, this is a mousetrap. And it's like, yeah, okay, but if you want the cheese, you really have to go closer.
Yes. I don't know why this guy wants me to... Does this guy work on commission to get people to sign up for this fucking website? I don't know. Very, very sus. But I asked the guy that showed me the place, and I asked him, is this the guy? And he said, yeah, it should be him. But then he gave me his phone number. So I texted the guy's phone number, and I don't think it's him. Like, I really hope it's not him. That would be really creepy. The place seemed fine. I don't know. There's no way that, like, a legit landlord would ask you, like, hey, go sign up for a paid subscription website that will tell you, like, if you're a good renter, and then send me a screenshot of your homepage. It's insane. There's no way. There's no way that's a real thing. I refuse to believe it.
Legit landlord. I don't know if those exist.
Right. Well, sorry. Anyway, there was another place they wanted me to come see it this morning, but I told them, like, I can't do it on Sunday mornings. And so they said, like, okay, well, I'll contact you and tell you another time you can come see it if it's still available. I'm like, fine. So, I don't know. Might just jump on that second place. 'Cause whatever.
Well, I hope the move is bullshit free.
My current landlord will certainly give me some bullshit. There is certainly going to be some nonsense where she wants me to give her more money than I actually need. She's gonna want me to pay the last month's rent, even though I already paid the last month's rent when I moved in. She's gonna expect that she should be able to keep my security deposit on top of, the 12 months rent that I should rightfully pay, even though I didn't do anything fucked up to the room or whatever. There's gonna be some bullshit. But I'll just fucking have to deal with it. I came home from a thing the other day, and the landlady and her husband, who I had never seen before, were in my kitchen. They had gone into my room. They had opened my door and looked in my room, which upset me a lot. And I complained to them. I was like, you can't do this. Like, you need to give me notice. I didn't get any notice. And the guy was like, oh, sorry. And I was mad, and they knew I was mad, but they didn't know what to say. And then the guy came back, and he knocked on my door, and he showed me an email, and he had in fact sent, like, a group email to everyone that lives in my house. So there had been an email notification. I just hadn't seen it because it was like one day before. And I was just like, shit. This doesn't make me happy. This doesn't make me feel better. I mean, I guess it means you're technically right. But it's I still don't like it. So I don't know. They're gonna try and get away with whatever they can get away with, and that's just, I've accepted that. Yeah, last time I ended up regretting not just picking a place that I found like right away, not just jumping on and being like, I'll take it. It's good enough. I'll take it. I'm debating. I don't know. Like, is the place I found already? Is it good enough that I need to do that? I'll be honest. I don't know. Last year when I was looking for places, I thought like, I don't know. I kind of thought like it would matter. I kind of thought it would matter like if my place was nice or anything. I don't know. I don't know if I even care if my place is nice. What's the point? What's the point of a nice place? You know, if my
you live there, and if it sucks, then you hate it.
I don't know. I feel like even if it sucks or it's nice or whatever, I'm still gonna do the same shit. I'm just gonna do the same shit. It's just gonna sit around and accomplish nothing. Either way, that's how I'm thinking. That's how my thinking is right now. And it's probably not good. But
yeah, but hypothetically, suddenly Ben Saint, you got like motivation back.
All right.
But you're in an ugly place that sucks. It's harder to do stuff.
I guess that's true.
It may as well be nicer.
I guess it would be setting myself up for success.
Yeah.
To have a slightly nicer.
Rent for the life you want.
That's true. That's true. Maybe if, I don't know. I guess I'll send off maybe a few more. If I send off a few more emails, go check out a few more places, then maybe then, if none of them measure up to this place, then I'll jump on it. But that's what I said last time, and all it took was a few days before the place was not available anymore. And it's like, I want to wait and see. I want to wait and see, but I can't. Place could be gone already. Place could be gone already. I just don't know.
Yeah, things are. From what I've heard from you and like from other people, renting it's almost like built to force you to make snap judgments and buy the place because it moves so quickly.
Yeah, I mean, landlords just want to get the room filled. They're just like, we just want to make absolutely sure there's no like downtime where nobody is renting it. So yeah, that means that like as a renter, you're like, well, you better be the first acceptable person to ask to rent the place, because they want you.
Yeah, but the like, it's so quick. If they're like, oh, there's a landmine in the bathroom, but you didn't have a chance to see that when you looked around the house the first time, and then you're like, sure, it's fine, and you get it, and then, go into the bathroom, you explode and die, and the whole building crumbles.
The guy showing me around the house told me, we went to the basement, and he told me like, yeah, you know, years and years ago, there used to be like house shows down here in the basement. Like they used to do, you know, like bands. Like they used to have parties with like hundreds of people down here. I can't imagine how it wasn't that big a basement. I can't imagine how hundreds of people fit, but I'm sure you could fit a lot of people if you really wanted to. So he said that, and I was like, okay, it sounds pretty cool. And he was like, yeah, you know, things have quieted down a lot, you know, since the pandemic and all. And I was like, that's great. And it just made me feel like I'm living in the post-apocalypse. And what reason is there to go on? What am I fighting for? That's the title of the episode. I think.
What are we fighting for? I don't know what I'm fighting for.
Did I say what that's a reference to? Do you know? Did I explain that?
You said it was Mega Man Zero or something.
In Mega Man X5. In Zero's campaign, there's a part where Zero has to fight his girlfriend, I guess, and she dies, and he holds her body up and he yells, "This can't be happening. There's no reason to go on. What am I fighting for?" Amazing dub on that game. The best.
Oh, like voice acted?
Yeah, it's, if you ever see clips from X5 in particular, they really...
What console is it on?
That's on PlayStation. It was in the era where like they had just, the PlayStation was new. They were like, wow, we can actually fit some like video on like these discs. So they made some like anime cutscenes for the game that look pretty good, and the Japanese voice acting is all right, but the English dub is like remarkably like awkward. Freaking I don't know, I can't do it. Just look it up, I guess. Just look up clips if you want to see some good. But that one of Zero yelling while he's holding Iris is the it's basically the I should have been the one to fill your dark soul with light. You know that one?
Oh yeah, I know that.
It's basically that. It's just as good.
I'm watching a clip. Is he gonna say it?
You watching Zero? Can we play the clip? Eleazar, play the clip.
No, this isn't happening. There's no reason for me to go on. What am I fighting for?
What am I fighting for? The fucking
the way he kind of gets like all nasally at the end of his yell. Yeah.
For. That's great.
There's two characters, Iris and the Colonel. They both have like, I think they have New Zealand accents for some reason, which like, that's fine on its own, but like the way that they talk, like they sound so like calm. I don't know. There's a part where like the general is giving a big speech to all the troops, and frickin' Colonel comes up, but he's like, yes, I concur with the general's sentiments. We will create an independent nation for all Reploids. We are the greatest military in the world. We are the Repliforce. And everyone goes, yay! Yeah. It's pretty good. It's pretty good.
All those people don't know what they're fighting for.
Man, to be a member of a insurrectionist robot army trying to create a robot ethno-state in space, you know, at least I'd be passionate about something. Anyway, what was I talking about? How did I get on this subject? Zero yell.
I don't know.
Whatever.
What are you fighting for?
Nothing.
I'm fighting for big old tits. That's what I'm fighting for. That's the thing I like.
That's just crass. That's just despicable.
I'd rather be crass than grass.
What?
I.e. dead.
Oh yeah. When we die, our bodies become the grass, and the antelope eat the grass.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Hey, you know, you remember how the stream didn't work?
Yes.
Well, I got a Wi-Fi extender. I haven't set it up yet. I don't know if it will improve things for like, you know, the like remaining like month or two that I'm here, but it might. So I'm gonna set that up and see if that improves my my connection situation. In the Discord, FKA Ren suggested something called a powerline adapter that I've never heard of before. Do you know what that is?
Powerline. I don't know the things like what they're for making Wi-Fi stronger, but I think the one I have is like you plug a thing into you plug the router into this thing, and that plugs into the power of the house, and then you plug a receiver into another wall thing, and that is like it takes the signal from the thing
from the power outlet?
From the power outlet somehow.
That sounds insane.
It's yeah. I don't really know how it works. It's different from a Wi-Fi extender, I believe.
Yeah, you know.
But I plug my like LAN cable into that like power outlet thingy. And I get really good internet.
Oh, you have one?
Yeah.
Huh.
Because my room is far from the router. I can't
That's
get a
interesting.
good signal through the wall.
Well, I don't know if that would work because I don't know if that would work for me because my router is up on the second floor in a guy's room, and my like power is on a different switch. Like I might have mentioned that I lost power like 3 times last month.
Oh shit! I didn't know it was more than once.
Oh yeah, it happened. It happened 2 more times after that. Like I guess it's been like 2 weeks now, but it happened like once a week for a while there. Yeah, I lost it multiple times. It was really annoying. But it hasn't happened in a little while, so the problem might be fixed. But anyway, when I lost power, I would only lose power in my room and in the adjacent room. The kitchen didn't lose power, and the upstairs didn't lose power. So we're on different circuits, so I feel like it would not work to plug the...
Yeah, probably.
Yeah. Maybe in the next house I could do that, something like that.
I would look into it more. It's really confusing that there are different multiple different ways to extend a Wi-Fi signal that are very similarly named.
Yeah. Well, this Wi-Fi adapter might do something. It was only like $25, so I was like, I'll try it. I'll see if it has any positive impact. Like I said, I used to have a Wi-Fi adapter down here, but the guy left and he took it, and it haven't had a problem without it, but maybe the fact that it is missing now has been negatively affecting things, and we'll see if I can fix them. Damn.
Yum yum yum.
Num, 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 num. I went to a birthday party yesterday. Oh, you know what? I kind of want. I wanted to mention. I don't know. We were saying things that I'm good at, and I said I can sometimes be charming. Well, I didn't feel charming at this birthday party yesterday because I didn't know anybody. I was there. I have a friend. He invited me to his thing. I had met him and I'd met his wife before, and I didn't know anyone else. And I don't know. I didn't feel good. I didn't feel good about it. Some of the time I just kind of stood around. I did talk to people here and there, and mostly I just was, I don't know, it was mostly just neutral. There's a lot of neutral shooting the shit, feeling like why am I even bothering? Why am I talking? I don't like, do these people even want to talk to me? They don't know me. Should I just shut up?
Was it like that image of the soy jack at the party, and he's like, they don't even know that I'm Ben Saint?
No, God, no. I really tried. I actually really tried not to bring up like internet stuff or podcast. It did end up coming up once or twice, and I tried not to dwell on it, but I did at 1 or 2 points explain a little bit, talk a little bit about like doing a podcast or whatever, and I felt terrible. I felt shame. I like tried to move past the subject as fast as I could.
Was it like, what do you do sort of conversation?
Someone was talking about, I forget how, someone was talking about a podcast that they listened to, and they talked about like drama that had involved in it, and like how it, like the members had broken up or something, and I felt like I could not mention that, like, oh, something kind of like that happened to me a little bit. I sort of had a similar thing.
I wouldn't. I could.
You would not have.
I don't think I would. No.
No.
I feel like because people know what drama is. You could just talk about drama. I wouldn't want to say, oh yeah, I had a bit of that. I had a podcast, and by the way, I'm on the internet, and you can find me here.
I didn't do that. I didn't do that. There was that, and then there was another. Someone else was talking about something they had posted that had gone somewhat viral, and someone else mentioned that I like do comics or something, and this person asked me like, oh, where can I follow you? What's your I was like, yeah, this is my Twitter. Like, yeah. And then they actually, that person specifically asked me, That person specifically asked me, like, can you tell me more about, like, your podcast or whatever, about that thing you were saying about, like, how, like, you split up with other, like, whatever. They asked about it, and I had to be like, I'd rather actually not get into the details about it. Like, I kind of don't want to talk about it in length here and now. And so I didn't. And I wished I had not mentioned anything about it.
That sucks.
Yeah. I mean, at the end of the day, this was just one thing that got mentioned among many, many things. We mostly talked about birds. And that was fine. I don't know, I just felt like, oh, here I am out in the real world among real people. Yeah, I am a sap. Yeah, I have frittered away my life on worthless things. But that's okay. You know what?
Well, it is.
Yeah.
Like, all right.
I don't know if it is.
Well, I mean,
I don't know if I think it's actually okay.
But like, what would a non-wasted life look like?
I don't know. Something that left me in a position now where I feel like this is what I can contribute to the world. This is how I can give value to other people and do something that matters and so that people appreciate. I don't know what that would be. It's just something. Instead, if something is bad, if there's a problem, maybe I could podcast about it. Maybe that would help. Oh, maybe I could draw a comic about it. Well, no, because like I don't know what I would actually say with drawings about anything, because I can't think anymore. But almost. That's almost a skill. I don't even know what I'm talking about.
Like if you didn't have a clear idea, it's sort of unhelpful to just say, I've wasted my life. If you didn't,
right.
Like, because like, I don't know, how's that going to help right now?
Well, they say the first step of getting better is to admit you have a problem.
And continue admitting it over and over again.
Sure. Well,
I mean, it's easy to admit you're unhappy.
Right.
But I don't think wondering about, like, if only some nondescript thing had happened in my life,
right.
I wouldn't be right here.
That would be great.
Like, you get a time machine, it's like, okay, Ben, you can solve your problems. What are you going to do?
I don't know.
I'm going to go back to that time I missed the sports ball, and I'm gonna I don't know, coach my young self to do it right, and then I'm gonna become a sports guy.
I don't know. If I'd stayed in school, gotten my master's, become a scientist or whatever, I probably would be feeling like, damn, I work in a lab. I work for some fucking stupid military contractor or something. I make some garbage for industrial equipment. I've wasted my life. This is all meaningless. I wish I'd done something. I wish I'd done something creative. I wish I'd been an indie comics artist instead. Now that would be the life.
Yeah.
Then I could express myself or whatever. It's grim. It's grim. I don't know what else to say.
You can't keep being grim.
I can't keep getting away with it.
You can't keep shitting where you think, because then you'll have a poopy brain.
You're not wrong. I'm out of topics. I'm out of topics that I put on my stupid list of things I wanted to talk about today.
Yeah, I didn't really have any topics aside from just mentioning Roe v. Wade.
Oh yeah, there's that.
I mean, we already talked about it.
But who cares about that when I feel bad?
But what about I feel bad?
I feel bad?
I guess I'll say here the commissions that I was doing. I'm gonna close those.
Yeah.
So they're already closed by the time you're listening to this. Just because I've had trouble getting the rest of them finished, and that's sort of... It's always with commissions, where I'm like, oh shit, they've paid money, now I've got to deliver. And I delivered,
Right.
like, pretty good, honestly, like, some pretty good art. And then I got stuck on one of them, and the slowing momentum caused all the problems in the world to happen, and so it made me depressed, and so I'm trying to work on feeling better. So I got to do those, and I don't know what I'm going to do after that. But I'm singularly focused on just trying to actually feel better first. So I've been watching Breaking Bad, and I'm like, remember when he said we gotta cook? I like that. I like the characters, I like the writing. Good show. Good show, everybody. Clap, clap.
Yeah.
And then I've been fucking playing Oblivion and slashing people with a sword. And playing Team Fortress 2 and being like, what if I was in the past and I was playing Sniper and I shot him? That would be good. That's what I've really been occupying myself with, is just trying not to be depressed, trying to do things that make me happier. And then we're doing a podcast now. Yeah. I don't know what I'm going to do afterwards.
I'm going to finish my footnotes for Slime and Punishment, because they really are like very close. They really are really close to being done, and that is a bright spot in my dark life.
I do have a topic or a thing that I've been doing that's new. I got when I got back from the whole being in America thing.
This whole America business, yep.
I got a calorie counting app, and I'm like, okay, I'm actually going to do that for once, because the last time I got a calorie counting app, it was for Americans, and they had like American products in it, and I'm like, I don't know what I'm looking at. So I found a UK-based one, which had things I recognize, and I'm like, okay, I can actually use this. So I've been tracking my calories, and it's been very helpful. And I've always been very thin, so I've actually been trying to like gain a bit of weight. And I've been like being like, wow, I have a normal day where I eat what I expect is fine. And I'm like, oh, you need to eat 700 calories at like 11 p.m. And
you're saying that you underate.
I underate. I like, if left to my own devices, I just normally don't eat enough for the goal weight that I want to achieve. I'm like, shit, gotta binge right at the end. That's always really weird. But I can't even believe this is a real problem that some people have. Well,
I get it.
Shut
up. In theory, I get. I'm not
a
trying to be.
problem.
I'm not trying to tell you that like it's not a real thing. No, I get it, but it's like it's so bizarre to me.
It's not like anorexia. It's not a serious issue. No. It's just that
some people are just I don't know, peckish.
I feel hungry. It's just I'm not used to like going out of my way to get something when I'm hungry, and so I will be like, oh, it's only 1 hour till dinner. I forgot to have lunch, so I'll just have dinner instead. And that's like, oh, I have a calorie deficit. I have a fat deficit. This is not good.
That's something that has helped me not overeat, is just not having things that I can snack on. Because if I can snack on stuff, then I will just continuously snack on stuff. And I'll eat an infinite amount. So now I don't have that. Like, there's the only option I have to eat is that I have to actually make something, even if it's something simple like a wrap or a sandwich or something. And just that little energy barrier that I have to cross to eat, it's like keeps me a little more keeps me on track.
Yeah. But yeah, aside from a couple nights where I'm like, shit, I gotta chug some milk or something to get that fat content up, which has been amusing. I've been.
Are you gonna go mad?
I've looked at somebody said that, and I'm like,
do you know what that is?
a gallon of milk a day. Not a gallon. Not even close to a gallon.
I used to do that. I used to do that.
A gallon of milk is like an unbelievable amount of excess for me. At least.
It's not a small amount.
If you're a bodybuilder and you're doing like strenuous exercise, there's people who say it's like, you know, decent enough because it's a very easy to ingest a version of the amount of like nutrients you need.
It is a good way to gain weight.
Yeah. But I mean, a glass of milk a day. I'm doing GOMAD. It's different.
Like a lowercase g.
Yeah, GOMAD, glass of milk a day.
Cute.
So that's sort of working. And yeah, that's something in my life now where I'm eating something and being like, okay, what was that made of? It's one of these, one of those. Okay, that, and I'm logging it. I'm logging my weight, and now I just gotta do exercises as well because I did 1 day of exercise and I was like, okay, I did it. Now I just gotta keep consistent with it, and I didn't do it the second time, and I forgot every time after that because it was like, but I fucked it up. Whatever.
I have also I have not been lifting the last couple weeks. Maybe two and a half weeks, 2 or 3 weeks it's been. I was into it for a while and then I fell off, and I should start again. Do you mind do you want to share your like fitness goals? I'd be curious. Like, do you have a goal weight in mind, or like is there some form of exercise you'd like to like be able to do or something like that?
The goal weight is at the moment, I just pulled a number. I didn't really think too much, but I was at like 64.7 kilograms.
Oh god, oh right, kilograms.
No, yeah.
Okay.
Or no, I was 62.7 kilograms. I wanted to get to 65 because that's more healthy for my height. So I've been doing that. Exercise-wise, mostly I've been looking into like butt-shaping ones because that's epic. Squats and leg lifts and lunges and things like that. I guess I could do push-ups as well. I don't really know. I'm kind of an idiot, and researching these things, I look at all the numbers and the words and the journals and the articles, and I get overwhelmed. Yeah. And then I just ask people, "What do you do?" And then they say, well, it will depend on what you want. And I'm like, I don't know what I want. So I'm just sort of guessing, mostly. I'm like, what's a rep? What's a set? How many of them do you do? And why do you do them?
Well, here's the thing. I follow a very orthodox philosophy. I believe that everybody should do a basic strength building routine. Squat, deadlift, bench press, overhead press, rows. And I think anyone that says no, that's too, I don't know. I think that's like the baseline. I feel like that's the baseline that everybody should be working off of. You do that, and then when you can't improve with that anymore, you branch off into some other things. And some people try to say like, "Oh no, I have some fancy alternative," but no, you can't. You can't beat the basic. That's like the most basic thing.
I'm doing star jumps exclusively.
Works all the muscle groups. So that's my. If not, if you want to work
all the muscle groups, you just tense all your muscles at once. Like
you just sit there, just your whole body, yeah,
all intention, all relaxed.
Well, one way, first you contract every muscle in your body as hard as you can, and then you extend every muscle in your body as hard, or every joint in your body as hard.
Explode. That's the system I'm going for.
Yeah. But anyway, I'm not qualified to give any advice because I haven't lifted in a few weeks, and I'm a hypocrite. So, disqualified. But if I were qualified to give advice, I would say to do starting strength Mark Ripto.
Ripto, like from Spyro?
That's the guy's name. Yeah, Mark Ripto. Ripptoe. He wrote the book. He wrote the starting strength book.
I maybe will look into that, but I probably will forget.
I think a basic strength building routine with the basic movements, squat, deadlift, bench, etc., etc. That's how you get the all the muscles in your body. That's like how you get them strong in like the least work. Like that's the most efficient way to just get all your muscles strong. And then from that, you might branch off into, okay, well, in addition to that, I also want, to increase like hypertrophy in certain parts of my body. And then you might add on to that baseline. I was like, okay, and then I'll also do, I don't know, three sets of 12, bicep curls, 3 sets of 12, triceps extension, to get big arms or whatever.
Yeah.
That's
okay.
That's the
I don't
fit.
have
that's the / fit way.
I don't really have the space to do like a big bar deadlift, but I do have small weights of like some of them are quite big. Does it work doing like bench press but with like 2 like hand weights?
It's not the same, but I mean it probably could work similarly. I mean, yeah, you can do like a dumbbell press. You can do dumbbell press, dumbbell squats, dumbbell. I've never heard of any. I guess you could do a dumbbell deadlift. I've never heard of anyone doing that, but you could do something similar. I mean, yeah,
they would have to be pretty like hefty. I guess you could just get a stick and glue them together.
The important thing is that it's free weights, that you're doing it with free weights, and that like you're using your body's natural, leverage. Honestly, I couldn't advise you how to do those ones because I'm sure the form would be like completely different if you were holding. Yeah, I've never done it like that. Honestly, last time I moved, finding a place with a basement was like a big priority because I wanted to set up my weight rack. And I just putting it in Munchie's house in his basement. Fortunately, he had a basement with room for it.
Yeah. When I was over there, I tried it, and it's like,
you mentioned.
I could. I don't know whether I mentioned it on the podcast, but I tried to do a curl with the weights. Just the bar itself was like 45 pounds. I couldn't even do one curl.
Yeah. It's, I mean, that's a pretty big, that bar is pretty big.
Yeah. That's my excuse.
It's not made for curling. I could do a few, I think. I did, there's a specific bar called a curl bar that has like a bend in it that like gives you like a more comfortable grip than the flat straight bar. Man, it's been a couple weeks. I'm sure I've lost some of my gains. It hasn't been like months. Like the last time I stopped lifting, I didn't lift for months after I got COVID. I should get back over there. I should get back into it. I just have been telling myself oh god, this is proving everything you said right. I've been telling myself like I should be working, like I should be finishing something, so no time to like do something that might make me happier, like working out or whatever. No time to think about that.
You're always your mind's locked in. It's not relaxed. It's not relaxing now, on thinking about anything else.
And now it's been long enough that I'm thinking like, well, I can't like tell Munchie that like, I want to work out again, because like it's been long enough that like if he wanted to do that, he would have asked me already. So he must not want me to. He must just want me to leave him alone.
No way.
Yeah, there's no way. Nobody wants to hear from me. The fact that
message him, idiot.
No. He would have talked to me.
No,
if he still liked me. Everyone hates me. Everyone's secretly plotting behind my back.
I mean, that is true, but
I know.
I was trying to assassinate you. That's why I came over, but I couldn't find the right moment.
No. You were gonna.
I wanted to be the PCP's only pod host, only person.
You wanted to be the procrastinator. There could be only one. I gotta get Nate to finish. We transferred over like most of the accounts. The last thing that needs to be transferred to me is the AdSense account needs to be like switched from like his Google to like my Google, and that I don't exactly know how to do that, but apparently there is a way to do it. That's the last thing that needs to be moved. Everything else, like all the Patreon has been switched so that like it pays out to me now and everything like that. I'm mostly set up to be handling payments going forward. I think Nate owes us like several months. Where he must have. When was the last time we got paid?
It's been a
February?
while, honestly. Yeah,
it has been a while. Yeah. I mean, we missed the money from April, Lamau, but other than that, but I mean, I'm not even stressed about it, and this is what I mean when it's like, man, I don't need money. I mean, I do need money, but I'm also at a position where like I don't feel like pressured to earn money in a way that's like, oh, I gotta find a job that makes more money. It's like, no, I don't really need to do that. So I can think about like, well, if I had, this is gonna sound like such a, I hate this phrase, but such a first world problem. That's like, they ask like, if you had all the money in the world, what would you do? If you didn't need to make money, what would you do? I kind of feel, even though I don't make that much, but I make enough to live on. And now I'm like, well, it kind of feels like I do have all the money in the world. I feel like I have everything I ever need. And now what? I've reached the top of the mountain. I say this as someone who like barely exceeds like the poverty line. and yet what more? What more is there? I mean, I guess I could like buy a house or something, but that feels like so far away that it doesn't even feel like it's worth thinking about.
Yeah.
That's like a whole other level that I'm like, why even bother? Anyway, that's so darn. If only. Wish I was poor. I wish I was poorer so that I'd have more problems so that I'd feel more motivated to like do something about it. I wish, damn, that would really compel me to get on the hustle and grind set, and then I'd be making moves.
Until you started to have any success at all, and then you would stop.
That's right. but I'd be so relieved to be like, phew, now I can have an existential crisis again.
Yeah, I've been waiting for this.
Ugh.
See, the transition from feeling motivated into feeling depressed that's the gold mine there. I love that moment in my life. Every time it happens, it's just like, so great.
You know how there are people, I think there are some people who are like, they're addicted to like the start of a relationship. Like they really like to like get into relationships because it's like exciting and it feels good. But like they're not.
Yeah,
but they just do it. They just do it for the initial rush.
There is an initial rush, like chemically in the brain.
Yeah,
the whole like love honeymoon phase, whatever.
Right. Well, for me, it's that feeling of, I have nothing. There's nothing left to work for. I've peaked. It's all over. It's all downhill from here. I love to hit that peak and get that rush of it's all downhill. I'm addicted to it.
I would say, message Munchie and say, want to work out, or I want to work out. Please let me work out.
Yeah.
And do some of that exercise. That's clearly something you like doing, it makes you feel good.
It does make me feel a lot better when I'm lifting. I feel better about myself, regardless of my other circumstances. But do I deserve to feel better about myself? Maybe I should deliberately withhold that.
No,
to punish myself, and maybe that'll really get me back on track. The feeling of like, oh, well, I'm not allowed to feel good until I accomplish something that fixes all my problems. Think about it.
Will fix your problems.
I know that your therapist said something different, but have you considered that I might know better? That I might have a better idea? Why do we have to listen to the? Why do we have to listen to the experts? Why do we have to listen to the expert? America is sick and tired of experts. We're tired of scientists. I don't want to talk to a scientist. Y'all motherfuckers lying and getting me pissed. All right?
Aren't you a scientist, Ben? Like.
No, I should have been. I should have been miserable as a scientist.
I should have been the kind of guy I wouldn't listen to.
Instead of miserable as an artist. Yeah. I don't know. I guess if I'd become like a materials scientist or like some kind of researcher, maybe I'd have a specialization, maybe I'd have a specialty, maybe I'd have some expertise. I saw someone on Twitter say like that, like, I don't know, they were just talking about like a big platform or whatever. Like, clout is not important. It's better to have expertise, better to be an expert in something so that you have a stable income, and then you can just shitpost online. And like, I get that. And it's not so much that like, oh my god, they're right, I want to shitpost. It just made me reflect on, oh my god, I have no expertise. What's the point? What do I have? I guess I just want to feel like, what do I have that what can I do? What can I do for other people? Right? Because that's what's important. You're right. It is like doing something for other people is like a good way to feel passionate about it. And when I think about people that I really admire, like I really admire Dan Olson. Like the NFT video. It's not just that it was a good video. That's not what makes it good. It's that it
had a cultural impact.
It gave people something. It gave people the tools to understand something that they didn't understand before. He gave something to people with that video. Yeah. It's like, I want to give something to people so that they'll like me.
What if you give them the knowledge that Ben Saint is ripped? maybe that's the thing to strive for.
I guess there are worse things. Man, oh man.
I mean, I don't feel like expertise is something I have. I like pick up bits here and there, and I'm like, yeah, but I'm not a master at my craft. Any of the crafts I know of, I don't really like excel at them. That sometimes annoys me. That I don't have a personality that is better at focusing on a single thing and going just for that. Every time I see something cool, I'm like, oh, well, I want to do that. And then I stop whatever I'm doing and try to learn a new skill, and then get distracted again. I just have all these like half skills, and it's it's a little upsetting. But
I feel like I'm a dabbler. I've dabbled in many things.
Yeah,
I'm not really a master of anything. I guess I'm okay at drawing. I guess if I had to pick one skill that I'm the best at, it might be drawing. But like, I don't feel like I wouldn't call myself like a great artist or anything. Wouldn't call myself an expert draftsman.
Yeah, But I think what I've struggled with and tried to get better at is just accepting that I don't need to be like a master of anything. I can just be a dabbler, and that's fine.
Yeah. It's fine.
There's always a preferable thing that you could be.
It's
but
fine.
like you don't need to beat yourself up about not being that like hypothetical perfect person.
It's fine to dabble. I just wish that there was some. I wish that I could find some thing that would be a task that would like require like a good assortment of the. You know, I've heard people say the skill stack, right? Like your skill stack, as in like the things that you can do is your skill
your Pokemon
stack.
types, the
Right.
stab damage.
And it's like I don't know, like it would be really great to find something to apply myself to that combined, you know, the things that I have dabbled in some meaning that combines them meaningfully. And I don't know, drawing, presenting,
Programming.
I don't know, yeah, somewhat.
Singing.
Coding.
You have a voice.
I guess. Did I like you know?
You have more of a voice than me for sure.
I did do that. I did do that voice acting audition. I'd like to voice act. That would be fun. I don't know what the name for this is. Is there a name for the thing of like stuff like getting the Road to Radcon book, the Plebe and the Weeb Blu-ray, stuff like or getting my Kickstarter books like made and shipped, like fulfillment? Is that a skill?
It's management, it's organization, it's
I feel like I've done that sort of thing enough. Like get a thing made and ship it to people.
Yeah,
I feel like that's a skill that I have because I've done it many times now.
Yeah, I mean that is overwhelming for some people, like me. I get a little fucked up looking at like.
I mean, I don't get me wrong. I also it fucked me up a little bit too, but I've pushed through it a few times now.
Yeah,
it's
organization and managing multiple different things, managing people. It's hard to say what the skill is, but yeah.
Yeah,
those are important
things. I don't know what the name for it would be. I guess I could just say, I don't know, I'm thinking about like if I put it on a resume, I guess I could just say like, yeah, I've delivered on like 4 different Kickstarters or something. I've done like I don't know. So I don't know what it looks like to take something like that and turn that into here's what I'm going to do with my life. You know? That feels like an ancillary skill. Like that's not something to do. That's just something you can do in the course of doing something else. That's a skill that might help you accomplish something else.
I feel like it's far more likely you would come across situations that would require like 2 combined skills rather than everything you know.
Yeah.
Like 2 skills are needed for this, 3 skills are needed for that project. I don't know if you'd find something that like
it wouldn't be everything.
Validates everything you've dabbled in.
No.
Maybe during parts of the process that like I don't know, you're doing something that isn't explicitly about programming, but having programming knowledge helps you think about something in some way that, you know, hard to get into specifics when we're just talking like hypothetical, but like everything you do has some minor impact, I would think.
Yeah, I agree. Nothing is like nothing's wasted. Nothing's completely wasted. Like, oh, you'll never use that in any capacity ever again.
So like, I feel like I'm not equipped to make Berserk 2 with the level of art and writing ability that I have. But
and don't you just feel terrible?
Yeah.
About that.
But like I I have different skills, and they combine in different ways, and I can make Bale Jeep too. I can do different things. Yeah. I don't know. I know
That's
what
reasonable.
it feels like to see the best thing in the world, see One Piece, and think, well, if I can't make a manga as good and as long and as successful as One Piece, then why am I doing any drawing? It's easy to say that, but like, don't worry about it.
Right.
You don't need to.
But I like that though. Like, you can't make One Piece, but you can make Bale Jape. You can make.
Yeah.
And you're the only one. And you're the only one that could do that.
Yeah.
That's what I told myself. That's what I told myself about Slime and Punishment. I said I have to do it because this is not quite like anything anyone has ever done, and nobody else could make exactly this. This could never happen again. It has to be me. So I have to do it. And I guess it's true. But also, who cares? And what's the point?
No. Well, you'll get it.
Yeah.
I think you'll get it at some point. You'll feel better about like motivating things.
Perhaps. I think I will be glad. I will be glad when the notes are done, and when I can finally be like, okay, put the book together. It's printing. Set up the Kickstarter. Just get it done. I hope that when it all is said and done, I will feel good about the whole Slime and Punishment project, and everything. It's too early for me to say like, well, Ben, you just wasted like 2 years of your life, and this is all you have to show for it. If as long as the Kickstarter is even somewhat successful, I'll be like, well, you know.
At any point, I could go and say, oh, there was a time in my life where I wasn't drawing comics, and I could have been drawing it from a much earlier age, and I would be better at it. So, you should feel bad all the time, Gib. You should feel really bad about that fact.
Yeah.
Like, I just don't... It doesn't matter.
Yeah, you're right. Hey, you're right. Hey, it doesn't matter. Hey, nothing matters.
Yeah.
Ugh. All right. I don't know. Do you want to? What about voicemails?
Yeah, let's voice.
If we're okay, then let's voice. Let me pull it up here. Oh, I'm seeing a lot of really stupid looking voicemails. I'm seeing a lot of skips. On this.
Yeah. Where do we start? Wait,
happy
I didn't see the
birthday,
ones
Ben.
from last times. Yeah.
Yeah, it's on the second page. I think the first one this week is called Question. Okay, 3, 2, 1, go.
Did you guys watch Monkey's sex tape when it came out?
I didn't watch it, no, although I did see some screenshots.
I think I didn't go to look for it, but I did see in Discord either a GIF of like not 5 seconds, like 1 second of something, and I'm like, oh god, and then a screenshot of his face. I'm like, oh, why is this happening? Oh god.
Yeah. Good times. Good. So no, I didn't watch it. Why would I want to do that? Okay, next one is where is Tom, but not where like location, where as in like a werewolf.
Wolf.
So
yeah.
Okay, 3, 2, 1, go. Okay, there's no audio. I feel like didn't we explain this already? Didn't I already say Tom said he doesn't want to? Isn't going to be around for the show.
He's busy with other things, so he's not going to be around. That's it.
I'm making a hand gesture. I can
see it.
I'm making a repetitive hand gesture, whose nature I won't specify, but I'll let you all.
He's blowing kisses.
I won't say one way or the other. Next one is called My Secret Message, Part 1. 3, 2, 1, go.
Just breathing into it.
Is it
breathing softly into the microphone? There's no message.
I can't tell if maybe he is just breathing and there is no message, or he is saying something, but it's just not. It's like really quiet and not picking up, and is completely unintelligible.
It's unintelligible if there is anything there.
All right, next.
Don't do that. Speak up.
Next one is part 2. 3, 2, 1, go. God. All right. Thanks for the message. Buddy. Good try. Next one is called Punished Air. Censored Mad. 3, 2, 1, go.
I have further evidence of YouTube's censorious ways. Today on the 24th, I left a comment on the Solo Bencast / CCcast saying "fuck the Supreme Court," and it was removed. I opened the page in incognito and I refreshed, and it wasn't there. So I've been censored by YouTube, probably the Supreme Court as well. You know how it goes. Who knows how deep this goes?
Did I mention that I legitimately saw YouTube delete a comment from the PCP account on a PCP video?
Huh? Like we commented?
Yeah, like I replied to a comment on this account, and YouTube like deleted it or like hid it.
What was do you remember what you said?
Yeah, I think I like called someone an idiot or something. Like it was something like that. Hang on, I'm going to comments to see like held for review. There's no comment from Air that's held for review, so
just they disappeared it.
I'm looking.
YouTube be disappearing comments that say idiot and fuck.
Ah!
You know what we've got to do? We've got to bring back the YouTube replies. Remember those?
I never really
video responses, but like baked into the system.
I never really engaged with them or even really like thought of them as a thing back when they were a thing. But I hear people talk about them being gone now, and how it made a difference.
I think the reason they left is because girls with big boobies would have their boobies in the thumbnail, or even not. People.
Yes,
they would just
reply
put
girls
boobs and reply bait to get views easily. And it's like, if you could put boobs into a comment, you would get more likes, I guess, is the parallel.
If only. Yeah, it's like it's not in our mentions. I can't approve it, so like it's out of our hands. Like it seems like YouTube is just decides sometimes that a comment will simply be gone into the ether, and even we don't have any ability to restore it. And I don't know what the fuck is wrong with them.
Well, at least you can always send a voicemail with your
That's
sentiments.
True. They can't censor you, as far as I know, on SpeakPipe. The next one is Happy Birthday, Ben, you asshole. 3, 2, 1, go. I think that's a kiss. Is that like a kiss sound?
Yeah, I guess so.
It's like a smooch. Based?
Based? Happy birthday?
So, next one is YouTube links, and I'm not gonna engage with this. And then happy birthday.
There's 4 happy birthdays in a row.
Happy birthday, Ben. Happy birthday, Ben. Happy birthday, Ben. Happy birthday, Ben. And then there's another YouTube link, which
there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Which I will not be engaging with in any way, shape, or form. Thank you very much. Then there's simply a link to youtube.com. And then there's just the word please.
No.
You say please, I say no. The next one is Happy Father's Day, Ben. Thanks. And then there's one from @KillerPrince930, and this one seems to be real. So 3, 2, 1, go.
Please say that something is something or someone is a popcorn nihilist is probably my favorite meme, favorite old and semi-current meme.
I remember the popcorn nihilist, but I can't remember what it was about.
Did Munchie make that up, or did he get it from somewhere?
I mean, I don't know. I feel like it's simple enough to come up with. Somebody who's a nihilist and they get the popcorn and they watch things happen.
Yeah, I feel like I get it. And yet, man, maybe... I don't remember if it came from somewhere. I feel like if you Google it, there is I found like on Urban Dictionary, there's a quote that's like, Charlie Brown is a popcorn nihilist. Is that from a PCP bonus episode, though? I feel like that might have come from us. But
maybe. That's funny.
It's not like a popular phrase. And then, I don't know, this guy probably remembers. But you remember that I called fucking Mr. Medicare a popcorn nihilist?
Oh.
And he like
Yeah.
didn't understand the expression, and he thought it was funny, so he put it in his Twitter bio for a bit there. But he called it like, he didn't understand that I was calling him a popcorn nihilist. He just thought I was calling him like popcorn, like an adjective. So he put something in his bio that was like the popcorn party pavilion. And like he didn't
Lol.
he sort of misunderstood the intent. But yeah, for a while, my insult was in Medicare's Twitter bio, and then I think he deleted all his accounts, and I think he's like dying of cancer or something. Rip. Next. Do you got anything else to say about that?
No, I was just thinking about
Yeah.
Sewer Priest, and if that was an original,
It
like
might.
a Munchie original.
Wait, Munchie original? I thought that was a Jesse thing.
I thought it was like a thing that Munchie said that Jesse really liked. Maybe Jesse came up with Sewer Priest. I guess it would fit with like the sewage video. Manchild Marsh.
Well, now I don't know. I feel like I don't know. There were a lot of times.
I remember Sewer Priest and like Christ consciousness, like
Christ
funny
consciousness
stuff.
Well, Christ consciousness is a Munchieism, but he got it from the that video. Yeah.
But like I feel like Sewer Priest would not have come from there.
No, I mean,
It
definitely
just
not.
seems like a funny thing for it to be.
I know there were a lot of times that like Jesse said something that I thought was really funny, and then only like a long time later would I discover that like he was quoting something that I had not realized he was quoting at the time. So I don't know. I don't remember Munchie ever saying it, but maybe he did. I more associate that phrase with Jesse, but I could be misremembering. Okay, next one is called Le Peeps Units Will Never Be Defeats. 3, 2, 1, go.
So I was at the protest in Austin about the Supreme Court stuff, and at some point during that time, we started doing the "People United Will Never Be Defeated" chant that Ben brought up.
Why not make it rhyme?
Episode.
Why not make it rhyme?
But the difference here was that some people actually did sing "Divided," and there was like first time they were kind of confused, and then we kind of went back and forth between which one was like dominant. Which
they're not united.
Is to say, haha, I got to rhyme. I got to sing it in rhymes when you
they weren't
didn't,
united.
Ben Saint. How does it feel?
They weren't united in what they were saying. When I heard that chant, I think there were some people around who were saying "divided," and they seemed a little confused that the bulk of the chanting was defeated.
Yeah. The people united will never be confused.
But we were, though.
Oh no! Well, we're not united. That's how it works.
Next one is Ben's weekly reminder: play Deltarune Chapter 2. I'm playing Mega Man right now. Leave me alone. But also, I'll probably play it at some point.
I had a good old go back and listen to Toby Fox music for a few hours the other day. It's like, oh, you know what? Music sure is great.
It's okay.
Mood improved.
It's okay, I guess.
I want to learn Rude Buster on the piano. I feel like that would be a good thing.
Which is Rude Buster the Deltarune battle theme?
Yeah.
That's like do 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 do. It's kind of like got like kind of a jazzy like
Dun chicka doodly ding.
Oh.
That one.
Yeah. I think I remember. I mean, he makes a good. He makes
a spicy soundtrack.
He makes a good chiptune. You know, no one denies that.
But then I was like going back to like Undertale and like the Toriel Bus music and like shit.
My favorite. My love.
They're so good.
I love that one.
I might actually replay Undertale soon.
I've said that when the demo came out, when Undertale was only a demo, I loved the Toriel fight. Heartbreak, right? It's called Heartbreak?
Yeah.
I loved Heartbreak so much I listened to it on repeat for like days. It's great. Yeah, he's good. He's pretty good at all that shit. That fuck. Next one is called Voicemailers, Where Are You?
Yeah, where are they?
They're here. Well, they're right here. We're listening to them. Next one is called Ben's weekly reminder to have a happy. Oh, there actually is audio. 3, 2, 1, go.
Happy birthday.
Well, thank you.
Happy birthday.
Thank you so much. Next one is called Le Peeps are defeats unfortunate leets. 3, 2, 1, go.
You know, I didn't pick up on the irony of the fact that in the last voicemail I left, where I said that half the people were saying we'll never be divided, and the other half were saying we'll never be defeated, means then that the people were literally divided over what they were singing. So never mind. I was just wrong. My protest was shit and bad.
Gib picked up on it.
Yeah.
Stupid. Something in my throat. Gross. Okay, next one is called Hi Ben. 3, 2, 1, go.
Hi, baby. Say, Ben Saint. Ben Saint. At patreon.com.
Wow.
Starting them young.
Get him up. That's delightful. That's I can't improve on that by commenting on it. So I'll just let it stand. Thank you for that. Oh boy. Adorable. Next one, and this is the last one. Is called Redneck Jimmy Has a Question. Question. 3, 2, 1, go.
Howdy, PCP. This is Redneck Jimmy here. I've been a long-time listener of the PCP, and I'm a big fan. But I've always had a question that has somehow never been addressed on the show before, and I think it's a daggum good question, too.
I can't wait.
And that question is, what is your favorite anime? Not anime. That is some gay shit. I mean, what is your favorite anime? That is to say, what's your favorite animated bovine? Yeehaw! Well, that's all I had to ask. Love you guys. Mwah.
Let's make out Redneck Jimmy.
Animated bovine.
I'm trying to think of if there even is one. Well, there's the DreamWorks Home on the Range. Cat.
Yeah, I guess so.
So I guess it's them. I can't think of any others.
I'm trying to think of is there like a good animated film about the Minotaur? Is there a good animated Minotaur? I can't think of one.
Ooh, there must be. Wait,
a
bovine.
Minotaurs. Well, is that not a...
Well, it is a cow, but I think giraffes are bovines too.
Oh, Kaku then.
Yeah, I think it might have to be Kaku.
From One Piece.
Because he ate the ushi. No, he ate the cow fruit model giraffe.
Oh, yeah.
So...
And he's a square giraffe. It's the funniest giraffe ever put to animation.
I would have to think that's probably true. Let me see here.
There's the guy from the giraffe from Madagascar, and then there's Kaku. Who would win?
It's anyone's game. Okay, the four-horned antelope, the nilgai, water buffalo, anoas, tamaras, gars, yaks, cupries, domestic cattle, saola. I don't even know what some of these are. These are all... That thing doesn't... The saola doesn't even look like a... What the fuck? Hang on. Look at this. Look at this creature. Are deers bovines?
That has the markings on that and the shadows make it look low poly somehow.
The giant...
Like its neck is like a vertex or a line, whatever you call it.
You know, I'm not seeing giraffe on here, so maybe it's not a bovine, but I kind of want to call it one anyway. I'm curious to find out what the classification of a giraffe is. It's a hoofed mammal. It's a Pecora giraffidae. Okay, no, it is not a bovine. A bovine is a Pecora, and then under Pecora there's Cervidae, and then whatever's not a Cervidae is either a bovine or a Muscidae. I think that's like a deer. Okay, so bovines are like yaks, antelopes, buffalo.
Yeah, okay, things I would normally associate with. I guess there's the yaks from My Little Pony. There's the buffalo from My Little Pony.
Oh, wait a minute.
There's the cows from My Little Pony.
Okay.
I don't know any others.
I'm going to say the answer is unicorns. And my justification for that is that in the Bible, the King James Version, God, phlegm. The King James Version of the Bible includes mention of unicorns. In the original Hebrew, the word is riem, and riem is probably not meant to refer to a unicorn as we perceive it. It was probably meant to refer to something else like an oryx or a wild ox or a bull or a buffalo or a rhinoceros, perhaps. So I'm gonna go with the biblical unicorn on the assumption that it is either an ox or a buffalo or an antelope of some kind. If it's a rhinoceros, then that doesn't count. So the riem. Thank you. Good question.
Yes.
Oh, look, and here, check this out. It was animated because they made a fucking tile mosaic about it in ancient times.
That's not an animation.
You just have to like run past it really fast, and then it moves.
That's how they watched movies back then.
Do you think anyone like did they ever do like a cave painting or like a hallway mural where like it's a sequence of events and like the goal is like you're supposed to like run down the hallway and like it may be blinking really fast and like it makes you think that like, oh, it's one image after another. I feel like that's something someone would have tried.
That maybe would have tried. I don't think it like I feel like if you're in a cave like with a fire in your hand, you'd probably slip and hit yourself.
No, it probably wouldn't have been
into a wall.
I'm thinking it would have been not in like a cave, like caveman. I'm thinking it would have been in maybe in like a palace of some king or something.
And the kings or the emperors like running around like, oh, I love this. I love this one.
I don't know, maybe
running around in a circle watching it.
Maybe as some sort of a diversion or an amusement. There's built some hallway of, hey, if you run down this hallway and you blink really fast and you look at the wall, you can see, I don't know, fucking Amaterasu descending from the heavens or whatever.
I feel like something like that would be something kids do more readily than adults, which is why tapestries and stuff.
Yeah,
they show the sequence of events, but like snapshots rather than actual animation.
Right, like the goal is not to like. I'm just thinking like because someone had to think. You know that like wheel, like you look in one side of the wheel and you spin it, and you look at the other side and you can see like the horse running.
Yeah.
Like that. Like that's animation, and like flip books have been a thing for a long time. Flip books are a kind of animation, but like before that, I don't know. Maybe did they try other stuff that like just didn't work very well?
Well, the reason I brought up
I think my
paintings...
hallway idea would probably work. I feel like someone somewhere probably tried it, because what else are you gonna do when it's ancient times and there's no TV?
The reason I brought up like cave paintings and stuff though is there was a discovery that a cave painting that looked like they had drawn the same thing like overlayered, and they couldn't make sense of like why it looked like that. But then under like firelight, if you move the fire from around the wall, the shadows cast on the like the indents that they made, like carvings into the wall, would change what you could see and what you couldn't. So they would have like a very primitive, like literally very primitive, like flip book, like left to right, up down, changing the scene in real time as you move the fire around. And it's like that they realized that's how they viewed these things, instead of with a direct source of light like a flashlight. And they got a sense of like, this is a little old caveman movie theater.
Wow, I've never heard of that. What was it? Do you remember like what it was a scene of?
I think it was like an elephant or a mammoth hunt or something, some sort of hunting thing where they would have if you look at the image fully lit, it doesn't really make sense what you're looking at. Lit. But if you have like a candle or like a flame, the flickering creates like an illusion of movement, and it's pretty cool. And it makes sense because they would not have been able to see inside the cave without fire,
maybe
because they didn't have any other alternatives.
Would it have given sort of the same effect that like in a cartoon, like you have, it's like the character is standing still, but you sort of you animate them with two frames, so like you flicker back and forth between the two frames, and it sort of looks like they're
at least three, but yeah.
Well,
the wobbly line stuff, yeah. I don't know because I haven't seen video of it, but I did read about it. They
invented wobbly line pseudo animation, I guess.
They got like Ed, and Eddie in the cave.
Yes, they invented Ed, and Eddie. It's timeless, it transcends era. Yeah. Well, that's the last voicemail, unless someone sent in a last minute one. Nope. We're done, baby. Well, this was a fucking vent cast, if ever there was one.
Yeah.
Sorry.
I hope you feel more motivated soon, Ben.
And I hope that you, the listener, give us money on Patreon. Patreon.com/The Procrastinators. Now that would make me feel a little better. I know I just said all that stuff about how like I don't need money, but I was lying. I was just lying. That was I was just
lying to seem like more good and natured. I actually am a money enjoyer.
It's sad. It's sad but true. I saw a tweet that was like me online, capitalism bad. I hate money is fake. Money's made up. The economy's fake. Me in real life. Oh my god, I love $20 or something.
Oh my god, I love specifically $20.
And I do love $20. I mean, it's hard to deny.
I mean, think about what that could mean. Is the potential of $20. You could get a meal. You could buy a video game.
As Michael of Reps to Gog would have once said, that's 40 Sheets hot dogs. So that'll keep you in hot dogs for days. Days at least.
Heaven.
You'll be in hot dog heaven, yeah. You know Reps to Gog? I actually binged Reps to Gog this week.
What does it stand for?
It is we review every PlayStation 2 game.
Yeah,
oh God.
Yeah.
It's Tectonic Improv and Michael.
Yeah.
Formerly Null Toxicity. I just watched. I don't know. Thanks for wasting my time. And by that I mean giving me content that I enjoyed. Shout outs. Anyway, yeah, the Sheetz hot dog comparison is evergreen. What was I talking about? $20?
$20 on the Procrastinators podcast. Patreon.com.
Yes, I love when you pledge $20 to patreon.com/the Procrastinators, for instance.
You get the bonus episodes, and you get the Minecraft server, which we will be streaming on, hopefully with a better internet.
Yes,
at some point.
Maybe today. I think today I will try and set up the Wi-Fi extender and see if that fixes the connection issue that was preventing me from playing on the Minecraft server. And then I'm gonna go finish my fucking Simon Punishment notes, as I'm almost there. This has been a long time coming, but it's gonna feel good to have that done. So that's nice.
I'm going to gonna play Oblivion some more.
Okay.
I have like how many things? Like 5 of the commissions left to do. I was only really stuck on 1. But you know when you get like
but when you get stuck on I know exactly.
You can't
when
like
you lose
skip
your momentum. When you lose your momentum.
Go to the next one, it's like but that's still in my head that I should be doing that one. But I think I've got it. I think I have like what it takes to finish that one, and then at least that's done.
Yeah.
Don't know when I'll do it. I'll try maybe tonight to do a little bit. I'll open up the program. That's the bare minimum, I think. It's the hardest part is starting, but if the goal of starting is to open the program, you end up starting easier, I think.
Opening up the program really is... I do, when it's like... When I just do that, it's already like, okay, I did the first step. I've already made some progress.
Yeah. It seems silly, but it really is like,
it feels
when you're
way.
thinking of, I've got to finish that, you don't want to open the program. But if your goal is, I got to open the program tonight, and then you do it, it's like, well, may as well draw some lines.
Yeah. It's sad but true. I know exactly what you're talking about. All right, I think we're ready to wrap up.
Yep.
All right. Well, that's the.
Thanks for listening.
Already plugged everything, so just thanks for listening. See you next week.
Bye, everybody.
What am I fighting for?